My name is Naya Bates, and I'm a public historian here at Thomas Jefferson's Monticello. We're here on a cold January morning to commemorate the anniversary of the dispersal sales that settled Thomas Jefferson's debt at the end of his life. The dispersal sale on January 15, 1827, is the beginning of the end for the Monticello community. For many of the enslaved people, they are sold away from this property and their families. And although Jefferson's family hoped that these dispersal sales would enable them to keep the house and all of the property, ultimately, by 1831, they were forced to sell Monticello and 500 acres of the surrounding property. On that cold January day in 1827, a multitude of people gathered here on this mountaintop for the 1827 dispersal sales, in which 130 enslaved people were sold from this mountaintop. Buyers who were here on that day included professors from the University of Virginia, Thomas Jefferson's family members, some members of the enslaved community who had already gained their freedom, neighbors to this plantation, and even slave traders from Georgia and Alabama. They would have bid on artwork, furniture, silver, and other fine goods being auctioned off by the executor of Thomas Jefferson's will, his grandson, Thomas Jefferson Randolph. They also had the opportunity to purchase 130 enslaved people who lived and worked here at Monticello. On that cold January day in 1827, many enslaved families were separated for generations to come. Two of the people who were sold during this dispersal sale left memoirs describing what their experiences were like on that day. Their names are Israel Gillette Jefferson and Peter Fawcett. Israel Gillette Jefferson was 27 years old. As an adult, Israel Gillette Jefferson would have known that this was a likely outcome of Thomas Jefferson's death, and he remarked in his memoir that it was a great moment of uncertainty. On the other hand, as an 11-year-old, Peter Fawcett did not yet have a trade, and he was unaware that he was even enslaved, according to his memoir. On the day of the dispersal sale, Peter Fawcett realized that he, like other property here on the plantation, could be bought and sold. He said, "We were scattered all over the country, never to meet each other again until we meet in another world." When you look at the back of the U.S. nickel, you'll see an image of the west front of Monticello, where we're currently standing. Here at Monticello, the west front is a space of reflection. In order to really grapple with the legacies of slavery and what it meant for a young America, we must also grapple with the realities of a dispersal sale and what it has meant for enslaved people and their descendants.